Hey, it's July 16th, 2019, and this is my second attempt to do a YouTube blog. I'm going through these various folders, finding artwork that I haven't seen in 40 years that I did in elementary school, and these were put together, and my mother seemed to save all the artwork I did as a child, so I'm looking through it. And I would say that we're probably in third grade here. It's a frog. It's a pig. And looks like we did a silhouette. Over here, I just pulled this bunny rabbit out that has seen some better days. Here comes Pete, the cat. Pete is a cat I've had for over 10 years. One day, it was a super cold morning, and Pete just showed up. He was a kitten, and he just walked in the door when I came in, and he's been here ever since. So I have Pete, and I also have another cat named Alan, and we adopted a beagle last year named Drusilla, and I had another beloved cat named Princess who passed away a little over a year ago, and my first, and also had another beagle that passed away named Daisy, and they're both still in my heart. I never had any pets until 2006, so it's all kind of new to me. My ABC book. Oh, okay. Sorry, Pete. Apparently, this looks more like first grade. Maybe, let's see. A is apple. Let's see, B is a bird. C is, I assume that's a cat. Pete, what do you think? Does that look like a cat? D is a door. E is something, I don't know what that is. Egg, that's what that was. F is, oh, it's a fire. Wow. G is a gondola. Wow. Who would have thought of that? H. Man, help me with that. I don't know what that is. I, well, that would be an Indian. J is a jar. And K, well, that would be a kite. Yeah. L, a lamp. M. What could that? I don't know what that is. That would be M. N. Nest. Okay. All right. O is some kind of bird. P. That's a puppet. Q. What? I don't know what that is. R. Oh, it's Robin. Wow. That's cool. It's probably one of my first, if not my first, interpretation of a superhero. Yes. A saw. T is... What the heck is that? U is an umbrella. Definitely. V, oh, a Venus flytrap. W, a whale. X, xylophone. Wow. Man, I'm having a hard time keeping up with my first grade self. This is a Y. I don't know what that is. And Z? Oh, it's a zoo. I think the zoo is backwards. The Z is backwards. This looks a little bit later. This looks like third or fourth grade kind of handwriting. It looks like a note that you'd pass in class. Let's see here. Die, die, die. If you open this, you will die. Secret, keep out, don't open this. So, of course, we're going to open it. And then it says, I said, don't open this. I guess that's supposed to be a blob of blood. Don't open this, you fool. You will die. Uh-oh. Okay. It says, giant man-eating spider, prison, doorway to a dead planet, man-eating anthill. Okay, so this is the map of Rusty's and Kenneth's monster planet. So Rusty was someone I was hanging out with. I think that Rusty was a friend in 3rd grade. I'm pretty sure. Oh man, I think that's the guy. My memory's bad, but I remember I had a friend that passed away. I think that's him. He was flying a kite, and he wasn't using string. He was using some kind of wire, and it hit a high-tension wire and killed him. Palace, where you get monsters' powers. Evil rock to go. Here is to die. Scarecrows made of dead bodies. Oh, I misspelled bodies. Deadly force field. Another misspelling. Time doorway to Earth. Dead human bodies kept here. So it kind of looks like Epstein's Island a little bit. Been watching a lot of drone footage of that the last few days. This is kind of a... Maybe I should upload this on Instagram and tell people I found out the true secrets of Epstein's Island. Let's see, what else are we going to find here? Why, this seems to be an old-fashioned lady with frilly skirt. What is this? No, this is actually my older brother's. Got mixed up here, and looks like this is a book review of Mr. Pajamas. This is from 1967 at Wilshire, which is a school in San Antonio. So I'll put that in a different pile. The stuff that got mixed together from my older brothers I'm putting. Oh my gosh, this looks like 2nd grade here for sure. I can kind of identify my artwork from by grade level. Please walk on the sidewalk. So this must have been some kind of contest to create a safety poster. Imagine this hung in the hallway at the school. So this kid is dumb enough to walk right in front of a car, and this person there's laughing at the fool that's about to be hit by the car. Meanwhile, the son is not paying attention. And more stuff. Let's just pull it all out here. Okay, the Snowman. This paper is a little bit brittle. It's like handling old pulp magazines. It's they gave us the cheapest paper imaginable to draw on, but still, it's hard to fathom how many years it's been that the paper I drew on as a kid is now turning brown and falling apart. This is a spring picture. So you've got these people out flying kites, and the sun is a lunatic, obviously. Oh wow, now this is interesting. It's the Transylvania Football team. Wow. I guess we were having to draw everything in squares or shapes. There must have been some assignment. This isn't my normal art style, but the mouth of the sun is a triangle and everything's squares and rectangles. So that must have been the assignment from whatever teacher I had at the time. And boy, I never picked up on all the music. I never learned how to read music, but here's some old mimeograph. If you're old enough to remember the days before photocopies, they had mimeograph machines with this purple ink, and when you got a copy fresh off the mimeograph machine, it had this great smell. I think there's a John Waters movie where you see the kids in the 60s as they get handed the mimeograph sheets. Each one of them holds it up to their nose and breathes in. It was just a wonderful smell. I actually remember this picture, and I remember this night. This was Christmas Eve, 1972. And I have great memories of this day, and I thought deeply that night. There was something, I had this this deep moment of thought that night where I still kind of connect right back to that evening today. And then the next day I got all kinds of wonderful gifts, but I remember just thinking about life that night as I lay in bed waiting for Santa Claus to come. And I guess that's kind of a disrespectful picture of the reindeer and Santa Claus. But yeah, I kind of remember drawing this picture. And I drew this at home. When it's on notebook paper, you can just tell that you did it at home and not in school. Let's see. Circle the word which tells how each child felt. She felt happy, proud. Yes. And of course. Oh boy. It's the Reptile Report. And I must have used an entire blue crayon coloring this cover. Oh, I remember how I did these reports. I would copy word for word out of the World Book Encyclopedia, and then I'd get a great grade. I guess nowadays people just print Wikipedia and claim it as their own work. But in those days, we actually looked up our stuff in the encyclopedia and copied it. Okay, Noel. Germany. Yes, for kindergarten, first grade, we lived in Germany. We lived in Landstuhl and Heidelberg. My father was in the army and helped run hospitals. And so I have a lot of memories of Germany and going to see castles and things like this. Time report. An early caveman would not have any. Okay, wonderful. Dinosaur report. Oh my gosh, what do we have here? Yeah, I always had a love for dinosaurs. Mexico. And this is must have been a multicultural project, Mexico. And looks like, okay, that looks like I was going to finish drawing a skull. It looks just like a light bulb is sitting there on the desert. Oh, Venice, showing all the scenic spots to go to in the country, in the world rather, and blank pages. Don't know why that was saved. Inside Skylab, which was a big deal. We'd read about it in My Weekly Reader and everything. Skylab was something before the days of the space shuttle, and after the days of the moon landings, the Skylab was something that I guess was a big deal. So there's the astronaut inside Skylab with his chemicals and whatever important equipment they have in Skylab. And I remember this used to hang on my bedroom door in second grade. And I really ought to frame this, and this really has memories. Okay. So, you understand, I was what they call a monster kid. I was fascinated with monsters and famous monsters of filmland and Castle of Frankenstein and Monster Times. And so you got Frankenstein, some kind of devil, a skeleton, Dracula. Oh, that's the Hunchback of Notre Dame. And that Wolfman looks a lot like the one that Basil Gogos painted on the cover of Famous Monsters. And this here was an attempt from me to paint this, draw. This is the model kit I had at that age. I've repainted it, this is the Hunchback model kit that I had when I was in second grade. So that is where that came from with the rope coming from his neck, that's, because otherwise someone would have just probably thought that was a zombie. And why there's a ghost that says ROTC, I guess that's because my older brothers were in ROTC, and that must have meant something at the time. Okay, the True Book of Dinosaurs. Alright, with nothing in it. So much for that truth. Learning words. I unrolled the carpet. I will go forward. Wow. Will you speak louder? He spoke to me. You're welcome here. My dog's name is Spot. Alright. American school system. Actually, I guess it didn't fail me too badly. Working on our subtraction. Oh, I've got the date here. April 6th, 1973, Friday. Interesting. Math. I'm not sure why this, that kind of stuff was saved. What are they saying there? That's not zombie? Yipe, it's zombie. Oh, I know what this is. It says, Dear Mom, here is a picture of zombie. The monster that you see in this picture is coming out of quicksand. He is zombie. The zombie eats people. He is coming out of the quicksand to kill. And my reference point for this zombie thing would not be Night of Living Dead, which I probably had no idea that even existed at that time, but would be the Tales of the Zombie Marvel magazine, comic magazine, which I loved all the monster stuff that was coming out at the time. They'd relaxed the comics code, and monsters were appearing all over the comics, and the monster craze of the 60s still hadn't died out completely in the early 70s. Okay. What is that? Mrs. Snooner was a spiffy lady. In the morning, she worked in a garden with a spade. Then she made spice cookies for all the children. Later, she sped to the store to get Spanish rice, and man, I don't think I wrote that. I must have copied that from something. That does not sound like something I would have written. This is something I wrote. Here is a short story I wrote April 26, 1973, The Giant. I'll read that later. The Dragon's Haunted Castle. Oh, look at this. Frankenstein. Hi, I'm Harry. Hi, I'm Joe. Wow. It's cool to see all this glimpse into where I came from, because I'm still into all the same stuff today. Dinosaur days. Okay. Oh, wow, they had this testing stuff going on back then, too. Oh, look at this. Syllabication. Graphemic bases. Wow. Everything's saved. Everything turning brown. March 30th, 1973. Wow. What a time period. A baby about to drink out of a chalice. Zigzag math. Children of Other Lands book. Why, it's a Scottish boy and a guard. Nothing inside. Well, so that's that. I think in the next video I'll go back and show you some stuff I did in first grade, maybe kindergarten, that's in this other folder here. And that might be interesting as well. I will sign out and see if this video works. And see you soon.